They are a special bite of life just for you to enjoy amidst the business of everything else that you have to do in life. Hobbies are fundamental to developing yourself. Let's say you're struggling to figure out some version of your personal identity. There's a lot to finding oneself, but an easy start for you is just to pick up a hobby. Whether it's singing, dancing, reading, bird watching, trail running, or puzzle box making, hobbies are ways to invest your focus, time, and excitement through the fruitful cycles of trial and error. Whether you're spending that time with yourself or taking up a hobby with other individuals, chances are that you will be present in these endeavors. Chances are you will start to notice more and more about who you are and how your mind works. Not with all, but at least with most hobbies out there, you're facilitating regular periods of time to not only enjoy your hobby, but to process your thoughts and really resolve some of those inner dialogues. Lots of time to think, therefore lots of time to develop. What do inner dialogues while you're enjoying hobbies have to do with developing yourself? It's a chain of events. If you're spending this time with yourself, doing something that requires effort while offering enjoyment, doing something that subjects you to trial and error and the improvements to follow, you are growing. You are developing. For this reason, I'm a fan of hobbies that you do alone. Yes, there is more to life than being occupied by a hobby. We have other people, places, and responsibilities to spruce up life. But ultimately, if you're someone who struggles to enjoy their life as an individual, some time alone, doing something that sparks thoughts beyond the everyday mundane will do you some good. Hobbies are not absolutely necessary to developing your self-identity. Similarly, hobbies are not the only way to contribute to self-development, but I do think they are some of the most useful things in growing your self-assurance and your sense of satisfaction as an individual. If you run into a hobby that you can do multiple times a week or even daily, even better, because now you'll be seeing a steady pattern of growth, learning, and if you're lucky, joy. As far as hobbies go, they motivate me most. They allow me to enjoy life. And while I personally have not had to rely on hobbies to define who I am as a person, I certainly look forward to being able to enjoy my everyday hobbies because they are what make my version of life fun, unique, and interesting. Moreover, I dream of a life where my hobbies can not only contribute to my health and character, but can also start to support me financially. I do indeed work a lot. Luckily, though, these jobs end whenever I leave those physical locations. My mind isn't cluttered by things like deadlines and promotions, so I can go home and enjoy myself. However, due to the nature of my jobs, my mind is definitely cluttered by financial stress, a serious lack in employment benefits, and the fact that I don't find a sense of fulfillment in my time spent at said jobs. And so I dream. And while I do hope some hobbies will financially benefit me in the future, I still actively remind myself to keep digging into all my hobbies because they all make me happy. Even those that will never earn me a cent. For example, complicated card making. The stuff I'll work on for hours and simply give away to my loved ones. No money there, just paper, glue, ideas, and a handful of hours. As I said earlier, growth does not just come around by time spent alone doing niche activities. I'll point to certain institutions that enable growth sometimes. Take higher education or even your general vocation. Of course, life also has its own challenges that it throws at you. But what sets apart hobbies is that they can be done for yourself and no one else. They are not for money, and they are not to keep your current job or housing situation. They are a special bite of life just for you to enjoy amidst the business of everything else that you have to do in life. In other words, hobbies inspire growth that is separate from necessity, survival, and so on. Instead, it is growth that can be inspired by being engaged in the present moment. Not only that, but in a world of hate, fear, and anger, I often wonder how people who feel and impose these three on others would benefit from a proper hobby. From time to slow down and self-reflect, time to appreciate themselves in a pure state, and time to appreciate the world around them. If you're at a loss for ideas, I'm particularly fond of tedious paper crafts, sweaty hiking or dancing, and music making. They are all cheap hobbies. Paper crafts require paper, glue, and scissors that have all lasted for years. With hiking and dancing, all I need are shoes that can be beat up and music. then music making itself usually consists of singing, which costs nothing, except maybe annoying my neighbors. Pick up a hobby, one that does not harm yourself or others. And if you don't have one, you probably definitely need one. And no, just chillin' does not count.